Lesson 18, Entering Transactions. In this chapter, we'll discuss about entering journal, contra, debit note, credit note, stock transfer and stock journal vouchers. Apart from these vouchers, there are other vouchers which we have discussed in our earlier chapter. In this chapter, we'll discuss only these transactions, that is how we can enter these transactions and for which purpose these transactions are used. So first of all, we'll go to our transactions menu and start with the journal voucher. We'll go to journal add option, select the voucher series, enter the voucher date. Here we are crediting the bank interest account, that is we are entering this entry for the bank interest we have received, specify the amount. Then we are debiting the bank account. We are specifying the account number in the short narration field, that is the bank interest pertains to this particular account, and click the save button to save this transaction. Next we are entering one more journal voucher. Here again select the series, enter voucher date. Here we are debiting the VAT account. We are entering these transactions for the VAT payment made to the government, specify the amount. Next we are crediting the bank account. On clicking the save button, a VAT adjustment details window is appearing, in which first of all we'll specify yes in the specify VAT payment adjustment and we'll select the VAT payment adjustment type as payment. Then specify the amount, challan number, check DD number, bank name, bank code, interest, penalty if any, and click OK button to save this transaction. Next we will enter a contra voucher. Contra entries are those entries in which only the bank or the cash account is involved. For example, you have deposited cash in the bank or you have withdrawn cash from the bank. For such entries we use contra vouchers. So we'll go to contra add option, select series, enter voucher date. Here we are debiting the cash account and crediting the bank account. This means that we have withdrawn cash from the bank. In the narration field, we have mentioned also that cash withdrawn from the bank. Click save button to save this transaction. Next is debit note without items. Basically, if some items are returned, then you can enter a sale return, purchase return voucher. But apart from return of item for any other reason, you are raising a debit note or credit note, then you can use the debit note or credit note voucher. Here we are debiting the Arshia Enterprises party. On entering the amount, a bill by bill adjustment of amount window is appearing, in which you can create a new reference for this transaction or you can append this amount to any existing transaction. Next we are crediting the cash account, and in the narration field we are mentioning that debit note is raised for the difference in price. So you can mention the reason in the narration field and click save button to save the voucher. Similar to debit note is credit note. Entry in credit note is totally similar to the entry we have discussed in debit note. So we are not here entering any credit note voucher. Next we are discussing stock transfer voucher. Stock transfer voucher is used when you have transferred stock from one material center to another material center. So we'll go to stock transfer add option. Select the material center in the from field from where the goods have been moved out. And in the to field you need to select the material center where the goods have been transferred. Next select the item, specify the quantity, price, amount. Here we are charging the freight and forwarding bill sundry, that means this much freight and forwarding or conveyance amount is charged for this stock transfer. Click save button to save the transaction. Next is stock journal voucher. Stock journal voucher is used when any item is generated or consumed, that is when the stock is incremented or decreased apart from the reason sale and purchase. It could be theft, damage of goods, or you have sent goods on sample basis. So for any such reason you can enter a stock journal voucher. We'll go to stock journal add option. Here we'll first specify the material center for items consumed, that is if item is consumed then at which material center, and if item is generated then at which material center. So we will specify material center for items consumed and material center for items generated. Next you can specify details of any items generated, that is if any item is generated then you can specify in this grid. If any item is consumed then you can specify the details in the item consumed grid. Here we are specifying the details of item consumed. We are selecting the item, its quantity, price, and click the save button to save this stock journal voucher. This is all we have to discuss in this chapter, that is the journal, contra, debit note, credit note, stock journal, stock transfer voucher. At the end of the chapter we have provided certain exercise. You can view the exercise on screen and attempt it. Hope after going through this chapter you would be able to easily enter all these transactions in BASIC. Thanks for watching. For more videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel.